Well, my friends, it's Monday, if you haven't guessed already. That it is. Um, I swear I bought more hard drives this year than anything I can imagine. I've never in my life bought so many hard drives. I'm sitting here, and those of you who may know, I record music for film and television. I work for a lot of publishers, and a lot of performance stuff on this computer, a lot of things act up, takes time away from getting productivity done, and it really puts a halt on it. So, um, I have a hard drive that I back up all my sessions and my music that I've done to as a safekeeping. And those of you I may have mentioned that I had a hard drive issue a couple months ago or more where I had to get a solid state drive and redo that, and that was not good. But now I have a hard drive back here that has all what I call content for all of these libraries that I use and all these, they call them plugins. Some of you do music, you know what I'm talking about. That it's on a regular hard drive and it wasn't solid state. Well, it just dawned on me, it probably didn't happen all along, it just didn't happen as much, that I'm working this morning and one of the tracks that I've written, some choir, is popping, and I'm like, I know exactly what that is. It's lagging because it's not a solid state hard drive. And I was like, you gotta be kidding me, man. So I had to go buy another hard drive that's solid state so it will perform a lot faster to pull the audio off of that drive into my computer and be seamless more so than dragging. And some of these require more PC power, more CPU power than others. It's the reason why it does that, because not every one of them are doing it, which is this one. There's just a lot of audio, and it takes a lot of PC. The computer's working to pull that stuff in. And so I had to go to Best Buy and buy another daggum hard drive. It happens. It really does. But anyway, it's not going to get my day down, and it's not going to ruin my Monday for whatever that is. So I'm just going to sit here, watch YouTube videos, or do something else productive while I'm waiting for all the content to copy. And it's 472 gigs, and I've only copied 45 gigs in about 20 minutes. So yeah, we're going to be here a little while. Meanwhile, I'm going to eat me a bowl of oatmeal, which I love to do. Speaking of that, a few weeks ago I had a video of me sitting there eating a Popeye's chicken sandwich. As those things are like crack rock and they're good, I can't eat that stuff. I got to stand clear of a lot of that. Occasionally is one thing, but I can't eat it all the time. So I have drastically changed my diet for reasons that my doctor is like, you've got to. You know, when it starts playing havoc with levels in your blood work with thyroid and A1C and all that, you got to do it. And it's your diet. It fixes it. So most mornings I'll have a bowl of oatmeal, which I will take 100% natural peanut butter with it, no sugar in it. And then I'll take some sugar-free syrup, put it in there, it's flavored up, it's real good. And I may add some bananas or blueberries, and it's the perfect breakfast. It's just eating your porridge, folks. Can't beat it. I'm having it a little late in the day, but that's okay. You can have it for lunch. It's all good. No law says you can't do that. And the cool thing is that eating this in the morning and changing your diet, it really does help. You know? What got me is, snacking on Lay's chips and Doritos and stuff during the day and small stuff and all this other stuff. It adds up. It really does. It's not good for you. There's a whole thing online you can go watch about cutting added sugars out of your diet completely. There's a video the guy says, I cut out sugar for a month. What happened? It's amazing. And I had done this before, but I did the keto diet where it was mostly meat proteins. And this one is so much better than I'm just doing plant-based mostly. Hummus, oatmeal, salads, keeping with turkey and chicken, but making sure that none of it has the antibiotics or the nitrates or anything like that in it. And that's hard to find. And just kind of staying away from a lot of carbs. And I'll tell you, man, you won't miss the sugar. You feel better and you have an amazing. You feel better than you have in many years. It's an amazing feeling. What I did learn, and I didn't know this the last time, is I realized is that you eat a lot of added sugars, and it causes a lot of water retention, of fluid retention in your body. It's a lot of weight. That could be up to 13 to 15 pounds of weight in your body. When you quit all this stuff, it releases all that, and you start losing that weight, and then you start doing a lot better. But it's pretty cool. I mean, I'm not one of these, vegetarian gurus. There's nothing wrong with switching to that diet. I still love a good hamburger from time to time, and I love bacon, but just can't have it as much. It is what it is. So, but it's going to take quite a bit of time for this stuff to transfer. So at this point, I'm just going to go do other things. Like I said, I Grubhub when I'm in town for a while. I'm not traveling. I may go do that for a little bit, go get some orders done with that. I've got some other stuff I got to do too. So always something to get done. I got to get my year done here musically, and this is not helping me. It's holding me up. So, but on a good note, I slept for the first time in the van last night, and man, did it feel good. That bed is so much more comfortable. My neck is a little bit better. I've got issues I don't think I've talked about much with my neck. It's pretty severe. It's been progressively happening for the last several years. That I'm going to have something done about it. It's 2 years ago they stated it was a stenosis in the canal, and it's gotten worse. So I don't know if the disc is herniating up into that and clamping down, but it feels like sciatica in your arms. You'll go to lift something as much as this cup, and you can feel it. When I go to just lift that cup, I feel pains in my joints right here. It's crazy. And people think, well, there's something else going on. No, it's your neck, because it's hitting in your arms. It's causing all these problems. It causes other problems too. If you've had back issues or if you've had neck issues, it's hitting nerves to various parts of your body. And it can cause sinus issues. It can cause weird headaches, cause things that you think is something else. It's orthopedic. So I learned that with my lower back. And years ago, I'd had surgery on my back from L4 and 5. It was an injury. I broke my tailbone, and it caused that. I've had 2 of them on that same disc, and occasionally I'll feel that, but it's manageable. It's much better than it was. It's pretty cool. But be it that it may, my first one, I was having habitual kidney stones. Couldn't figure out why. After that first back surgery, it stopped. Boom. Both the urologists, this was 15, 16 years ago, and the orthopedic doctor said, it makes the world of sense, because it's your spine is from your brain is your director for it, controls everything that goes on in your body. So it was clamping down nerves to my kidneys. It's not processing right. Of course, you're going to have kidney stones or some things going wrong. So it's causing other issues, and what a relief that was. It's probably the same with this. If I sleep wrong on my neck, man, it hurts. It really does. Some of you probably had the same issues. And if you've had that issue with your neck, chime in on that deal. I'd love to hear your story. So I'm going to eat this, and I'm going to go do my thing and see if I can get my day accomplished here. We'll check back at you later. Good morning. Or good day, depending on where you're at. Slept comfortably last night, but man, I got cold. Getting the time of the year, we're here in South Carolina. Some days it's warm, some days it's cold. The morning gets cold, warms up during the day. So today it's blue jeans, not shorts. I had to break that out. But tomorrow I'll be wearing shorts because it'll be almost 80 degrees. Go figure. So it's one of those days, I guess. That time of the year is another day to get some stuff done. Got everything caught up with the hard drive situation. Got to get some music done here today. But first, I got to get some coffee, because it's the only way to get my day started. What's going on, my friends? Oh, moving on with my day. This camera's, I've got that phone mount. Sorry if it's a bit shaky, but I was thinking about this morning, man. I woke up cold, and like, that's the one thing about RV I miss. Now, I guess I could have installed one of those Wabasto dry heaters, which are cool, but you tie it into your fuel tank, or it's a diesel tank you put separately on it. And problem with that, you spill gas inside the van, you got a gas smell all day, and it's not safe. Something spark, it's just not. I'm a little weirded about having that tank inside the vehicle with me. It's like propane, unless it's professionally done and okay. I don't mind it in an RV if it's done right in a furnace in a vent setting. I don't like propane refrigerators because propane refrigerators are from what I'm understanding over the years, the leading cause of RV fires. Really. I saw a guy on the internet whose RV caught fire. Their propane refrigerator was a recall. They didn't even know it. It's funny because on a side note is a guy by the name of Larry Lawton. If y'all have never heard of Larry, I didn't until I started watching his videos. He was one of the most notorious jewel thieves. He got caught by the feds. He was a jewel thief. And he did federal prison. He's had a reality show, like of being a security consultant. Look up Larry Lawton. The other day, his RV caught fire, man. And he was fixing to sell it. He said it's a good thing it happened here before the couple that took ownership of it. They could have been in that thing, and someone could have died. But back on my topic here. Just thinking about these things, man, when a little more room, storage, just things. So it's choices of what I want to do. But what I have been looking at, and I got online and looked around here about lots for sale outside of the Charleston area. And some reasonable lots. But the only thing I've got to learn and figure out, and I got to do my research, is simply this. I've got to figure out what to do if that lot doesn't have utilities. Water, sewage, power. And what I probably do is just deem it, if it's an area that is the zone, if the zoning is not in an area where it'll force me to do something else, just make it totally off grid. I can get a septic tank put in the ground. It costs a little money to do it, but that's what you do when you're in the middle of nowhere. You can get that. You're in the middle of, I was looking at some lots are up in one of the counties called Berkeley County up here on the other side of Charleston. It's by the Lake Moultrie, and it would have to be totally off grid because there's no utilities. I don't know what it costs for the Berkeley Power Cooperative to come out and install all that, but it'd be pricey. And it'd be a different story if I was building a house. So just options, man, and have either my RV there or something there where I have my RV in a home base, because it's kind of taught us that this whole COVID thing that you got to have a home base somewhere to go, man, because it's just scary, man. A lot of these guys got caught out in the middle of nowhere on BLM land and stuff like that out west, and they told them they couldn't stay on the BLM land. The Bureau of Land Management and police came out there and said, no, you can't stay here, it's closed right now. And they had nowhere to go. It's like, oh, God. That's a scary thought. So you got to start thinking about, what do you want to do for a home base? So I'll figure that out. That'll be easy. But one way or the other, it'll work out. I'm not too worried about that. So that I'm not. I'm still working out kinks with my recording setup this morning. I got pissed off because it's still having problems with that one program. And unfortunately, it wasn't the hard drive, but it probably is good that I went to solid state drive anyway for other reasons, but it just pisses me off sometimes. Technology can be frustrating, but I'll figure it out. This ain't my first day on the job, so that's for sure. YouTube helps you on some regard, and sometimes you got to figure it out on your own. It is what it is. What's up? Well, I can't say I got a whole hell of a lot done today either. A little bit, but just one of those weeks, man. Holiday week is slow. It makes you slow, with things that just trying to get some. I've been stuck on this one track for a few days now, and normally I'm done with it in a day. It's the way I started it, and then I had the technical problems with my hard drives and stuff, so be that it may. Well, I may have mentioned today that I went and looked at a couple of lots. I think I did. But I got a lot to learn. There's a lot when you're looking for a lot out in the middle of nowhere that has no zoning. It's not zoned for residential, but it can be residential. And then it's like, okay, you can get power to it and water and sewer, but the cost and will the lot you're buying, is it all these terms like it, and I called the guy about it. He's like, it won't perk. And I was like, I think I know what he's talking about. In other words, it's the other lady from the other lot said that thing is swamp. They're not going to be able to put any kind of a septic tank, or they won't even run power to that because it's in water. And this is where I got to learn. If I were to look into this, I got to get with DHEC and the county, and I got to find all the particulars about it. I mean, you don't want to just buy a lot sight unseen. You got to know if you can even be on it. You buy that thing and then you bought a pile of dirt for nothing, and you can't do anything with it because it's nothing but mud when it rains and it floods, and you're going to need Noah's Ark to pretty much get out of the damn thing. So you got to be careful when you do that stuff. And I really don't need but about 1/3 of an acre anyway. I don't need a whole hell of a lot. Just a little pad to put me and whatever on. That's all I need to do. But right now, I'm not looking seriously into that. I'm speculating. When I get time first of the year, I might sit down and just do some research. And I get into something, I go all in on it. And right now, I need to be all in on finishing my year musically and getting my music done, rest of that, and then getting this thing situated and figure out what I want to do. So it'll be cool. Thought it will. So I'm going to call it a night. I'm just dabbling around. I swear, me and music software, I could find all the ideal software I use consistently on my iPad. It'd be great because I just can't seem to get into creating music on the go with my iPhone and iPad. I can't complete anything because unless I can find a program or something that works that I can really create with, it'd be great. And I may have just discovered one tonight. It's pretty cool. So that's a whole different topic. I'm weird about that. You can really buy too much software musically. It's like buying too many instruments. Yeah, you got them, but will you use them? It's a good question. So, but anyway, I'm going to get off here for the night. Oh boy, I am just getting away from my dad's house for a few hours. They've got somebody there. There's a lady that comes to clean once a month at their house. So I was like, I'm just going to go do some work. I got my recording set up, all in my bag. That's why I love it. I love technology this day and time because I can record my music besides my guitar anywhere. I can't sit in the middle of a Panera Bread or Starbucks or a Moe's or something. I can't sit there with my guitar. Of course, Starbucks probably wouldn't care. But the problem is that so many people walking up to you going, oh, that's cool, man. What are you doing? Practicing? Something like that. But anyway, I still get people like that. They see the keyboard. They think I'm learning how to play piano or something. That was the famous question, which now I'm a little beyond that. I'm not Elton John, but I'm not learning how to play the piano. But I tell you, that's the one thing about van life and about RV life is that you've got options, man. You can go places. Like Panera's got great Wi-Fi. Starbucks has good Wi-Fi, last summer, I was in the RV. Everywhere I went, I had great Wi-Fi. These local coffee shops that are cool, I could get my music uploaded to publishers. You could get some stuff done. It's really cool. So you've got options, that you do. And I think that's cool as can be. So I think most of these channels that you watch, these van life or these RV channels, they'll tell you that. You've got options. Until 5G really steps up to the plate, cell phones, you've got internet access, but if you have to upload large files, whether they be video or audio, like in my case, it takes a little bit of time, and it's got to be stable. So if you're somewhere where your cell signal is not that great, you're not going to have that stable of a connection. It's not going to be that fast. It's not going to be that fast at all. So, but it is time to get some work done here today and get on it. I've got to finish these last few tracks for a publisher I'm sending batch of tracks too, get that done. And the rest of the year, I'm telling you, it's my goal for next year. Got to start on a new record. It's been 6 years since I've released a new record. The only thing I've released, and if you go to my webpage, I guess probably those 2 albums wouldn't be on my webpage. My guitar music would be there. But I released 2, I call them meditation music or something, but it's underscore stuff. A lot of that's gotten placed. It's pretty cool. So, yeah, it was something different to do. There's no limits on that deal. That's the cool part about it. So, be that it may, we're going to work on some music that I've been wanting to do for so many years. I love it. I got a whole plan on that for 2021, provided all goes well. So let's get on with our day, shall we? I gotta get up. I don't wanna, but I've gotta. Oh man, I tell you, feels good sleeping back in a comfortable bed. Oh man. What I need is coffee. I need to get to a cup of coffee. Let's do that. We need to get that done. Oh, me. Well, some of you guys are probably say it's Thanksgiving Day and there's probably snow on the ground or it's cold. Well, it's not the case where I live. I got the air conditioning on. If you can't hear it in the van here. Got the air conditioning on and some of us are wearing shorts. It's like going to be 80 degrees today, so it's like that here in the southeast when you live in Florida or the coast of South Carolina, even Georgia. That's what it's like, so oh boy. Gotta get on it. Well, I've got my coffee. As you can see it so elegantly steaming in front of the camera here. Gonna do a little music. You know, they always say, well, you're working on Thanksgiving Day, it's a day off, it's a holiday. It's like, when you do what you love and have a passion for in life, for a living, doesn't matter if it's the weekend or a holiday. If you want to do it and you enjoy doing it, you do it anyway. It's the way it is. It's nothing better than being able to do what you love to do for a living. You get up much easier in the morning, you really do. So that's what we're gonna do here. Hazelnut coffee. It's pretty good stuff. It is. Let's see here. Forgot where we were at with this track. I got one more after this to do and I'm done with this publisher for the year. And it's off to doing some other stuff. Give me some volume. It's tension tracks. Gives you that scary vibe. On a side note, I can't get a copyright for this because this is my music. It is. This hasn't been released or anything. Oh, let's hope we're not getting popping and static again. I gotta fix this problem. It's always something. There's something in my computer that's causing this, and we're gonna figure it out. Man, I tell you, I used to be able to eat a mountain of food on Thanksgiving when I was younger. I miss those days. I'm not going to say that I didn't eat till I hurt, because I'm more than likely I did. I know I did, in fact. But, you know, when you're young, you don't realize that, you know, overeating isn't good for you. But the older you get, like now, you know, I can't eat that stuff every day, and you feel it, you know it. you can pretty much know when there's things you're not supposed to be eating. You can't, which I can't eat. I can't eat a lot of these sweets every day. I don't know how some people can do it. It's just, I have blood sugar issues, so I can't do it. So I know when it's spiked. You just know it, and you start learning it. Those things about yourself that you don't know. So, but on a good note, happy Thanksgiving, everybody watching. By the time you see this, it'll probably be the day after Thanksgiving, but hey, better late than never, huh? So be it. So anyway, tomorrow being another day, I got one more track to do for the one publisher I've been working on, and we're going to move on to I'm going to do some rock tracks for another publisher, but like I said, I want to sit down. We got to start picking up that guitar and start working on stuff for a new record this next year. I'm probably going to do 2 albums, which should be cool. So, be very cool. So, but I've thinking about a lot this week with a lot of stuff. Sorry about that. I was looking at something here. And one thing I was thinking about is a lot of us small van channels starting out should really start cross-promoting each other. I think it would be kind of a cool idea. I think the one guy that started that idea was Matty. If y'all don't follow him, he goes by Matty Van Halen. He's out of the Nashville, Tennessee area. I follow him in several other van channels. And Matty, if you're watching, let's cross-promote, man. We can, kind of do some shameless plugs on each other. And he's a good one to follow. He really is. He's a good guy. He's a guitar player like me. And when we were going to link up back when I went through, I guess it was August. I went through Nashville on a trip, and with time and everything, we didn't get a chance to link up. But another channel I follow, and I think he does too, is Chrome Valdez. He goes by Van City Van Life. A lot of you probably, if you're following Van or RV Life, you followed him. I follow the Fit RV, which James and Stephanie, they do. Those guys probably do the best RV reviews out there. And you'll know it when you watch it, how they do it. They're very intuitive. They're very detailed. In fact, they're ambassadors, I guess, basically of Winnebago. They'll probably end up with the versed Winnebago Echo when it comes out. I was talking about that RV the other day, which is pretty cool. So, but as for me, I love the van. There's no telling what the future holds for me on anything else. I've mentioned ideas of things that I might do, but we shall see. So, and as I mentioned earlier, it was like 80 degrees today. The air conditioning's on here. It's Thanksgiving Day. Some of you guys watching may have snow on the ground, or maybe cold. That may be the furthest from wearing shorts or it being hot of any kind. So, but that's the way it is here in the Southeast. But anyway, I want to get on and babble a little bit, and I will catch you guys later. And as I always say, when something cool comes along, I'll cut you in. Be cool.